Hey, this is Mark with the Practical Still. We're going back to the bottle on the Deerhammer American Single Malt Whiskey. Now, Dan and I visited the distillery. We had tons of fun. We drank straight from barrels. We sampled a lot of the standard offerings. Lenny Eckstein and his wife Amy were so generous with their time. I bought this bottle, which is the latest release, or at least it was at the time, of their American Single Malt Whiskey, batch number 62. It is bottled at 92 proof. As they do with everything, they heavily toast all their barrels and then do a light char, which is a little different than a lot. So you hear a lot of the number 3, number 4s all the time. This is a number 2 char, so less char. They also go in the barrel for their whiskeys at a crazy low proof of around 105. That's a way more expensive process. And lately, Dan and I have been trying to figure out a way into the craft whiskey scene, because I think if we expect innovation, that's where we need to focus. Sometimes it's just awfully disappointing with some of the smaller distilleries. There was nothing disappointing about our time at Deerhammer, and in particular, this single malt. I'm just in love. So I didn't want to wait too long to go back to the bottle. When I first opened it, and I did the open the bottle for it, I wanted to see, was I under the mist, the mystery, the mystique of the rack house, and that's why I liked everything? Or was it really good whiskey? And I could tell you as soon as I opened this bottle, it's really good whiskey. I'm just shocked at how good it is. Not age dated. Runs in the, I don't know, 3 to 4 year range. Sometimes less. It's certainly vatting of or blending of a lot of different barrels in the warehouse. I've just been in love with this. I've had it. Let's see. I've had a little of it neat. I've had some with a drop of water in it. I've had some on a big chunk of ice. Every way I've had it, delicious. I even made, I don't know what to call it. Is it a Manhattan or is it a Rob Roy? Whatever. I made a Manhattan type of drink with 2 ounces of this American single malt from Deerhammer and 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. Absolutely delicious. I'm just excited. I'm so excited we got to go up there. I'm excited I bought the bottle. I can't wait to open. I don't know where I put it, but we even bottled our own single barrel while we were up there. I picked one barrel, Dan picked another. It's exciting. This is fabulous. If you get a chance, first of all, do your best to support those small distilleries. They're doing some good work. Not all of them. Some of them are whatever. Find the ones that are good and support them. In this case with Deerhammer, they deserve it. It's a $50, $55 bottle. They're earning that, I think, in the fact that they're terribly inefficient, as Lenny told us. They're going in the barrel super low. They're toasting those barrels and charring them. They're just doing a lot of things right. It's really delicious whiskey. You know, if you're a Scotch fan and you're trying to get back into American whiskey or get to American whiskey, American single malt scene's going crazy. This is certainly one to get in there, but frankly, this one doesn't have a lot of that direct influence. I don't immediately think Scotch. I do after a few minutes on the palate, at least I did. Let's see. Yeah, it's its own thing. I don't immediately think Scotch. As I sit here for a moment, though, that malt comes through. It's up around the top of the palate. Oh, it's delicious. I don't drink as much Scotch as I used to. Sorry, this whiskey has got the most chocolatey. It's the craziest chocolatey thing on the palate. It's just delicious. It's malty like you'd think from a Scotch, because it's malted barley. Deerhammer does some interesting things with what they call crystal malt. So there's a different process for that. So it's not quite the same as just a regular malted barley, but they mix the things up. But the chocolate they get out of that, I've just never tasted a whiskey that I swear I put chocolate in my mouth at the same time. It's just amazing. So anyway, I'm super happy with this whiskey. I hope that if you're in Colorado and you can get a hold of it, you give it a try. If you can get to Buena Vista, BV, the locals call it. I'm not a local. Get up there and visit. It's a cool distillery, super nice people. They serve good food. They have music out in the open area, just beautiful. And if it's available in your area outside of Colorado, I know it's worth a try. Give it a shot. I'm really excited about it, as you can tell. What do you think? Are you into American single malt? Have you had some of this, or Stranahan's, or Westland, or whatever? let me know. I'd love to know if that's something that you're interested in, or is it all bourbon and rye whiskey for you? In the meantime, cheers.